Thanks.
Right, we'll take some comments from Pete Sadler on the comments that he's heard so far after the next track. This is a track from a Nottingham band, again a band who I think the actual ages of the people involved in the band, 17, 18 and 19. They're a five-piece band, they've been together for about a year now, called The Herd Instinct. This is a track from them called Heavens Above. Instinct, that was a track called Heavens Above. A band from Nottingham, made up of saxophone, guitar, bass, drums and vocals. Go to Steve Edney from London Records for the first comment on that.
I'd play that if I was sitting on a hill with my girlfriend eating a picnic, I think. It's that kind of relaxing music. I thought the sax was really nice. The singing, there's a Heavens Above where repeats itself towards the end, and I think the singer could sing that a little bit differently each time. You know, maybe rise up instead of stick to heavens above. Like, you can't see my hands, so I won't bother doing it with my hands. But he should take the heavens above bit up and up and up, so that the song kind of ends on a high point, because otherwise it just does stay the same all the way through.
Yeah, unfortunately for the Herd Instinct, I think they've got the one thing that money can't buy, which is poverty. At the moment. And
can't buy poverty.
That was the last time that they actually managed to get into the recording studio, and they recorded that back last April. And I don't believe they've actually sent any of them out to record companies as yet. Alex from CBS.
I don't know about sitting on top of a hill and playing it when I was having my picnic with my girlfriend, but I did like that a lot. I think out of all the things we've heard so far, that to me is the most promising, and I would definitely like to hear something else by that band.
How much would you have to hear before you could actually whip up any enthusiasm for a band like that? Because, I mean, all the statements you've made have been fairly non-committal, and yet, I know this is nasty, but the rubbish that does land on your desk every day from, some of the record companies that you work for, respectively, makes me wonder what you're like.
Probably only one good song to be enthusiastic. If they would send something else, maybe another one song, and it was as good, then possibly go and see the band. Oh, sorry, I've got to hurry up. Sorry.
I've got another two songs, and I'll let you have a listen to them later on. Tony Newlands.
I enjoyed it purely because I thought it was melodic, which I think a lot of bands actually lack today. Liked the nice acoustic feel to it, and enjoyed the saxophone as well.
Okay, Paul Morgan, Antique. Because I believe I spoke about this band to you on the phone months ago now.
That's fine. I don't think I ever got a demo tape, though.
No, you didn't.
You didn't follow it up properly, you see.
I'm sorry, Herd Instinct. Yet again, for me, I thought it had a really, really nice feel to it. For me, if the vocals were slightly more soulful, they'd fit into the current climate of music much better, but it's definitely going that way. I'm afraid the backing vocals for me didn't add anything to the song. The chorus, slightly over repetitive, but like Steve said, if there was some variation in the way he sang it, it would add a lot, and a crescendo at the end would definitely impress.
Something you can sort out in the studio, isn't it, if you give him a producer.
Agreed.
Okay, Guy Mook, Chrysalis.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was fairly pleasant, but without being non-committal again. I don't think it's going to really set the world on fire.
Well, what is nowadays? Chris Page, in song music.
I'd actually like to hear some more of that stuff. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that song. I thought towards the end it started to drag out a little bit, but I mean, that's not a problem. I think the guy's voice actually sounded quite interesting, and maybe we can work on that.
Guy's voice.
Quite a good voice there.
Okay, Pete, the expert, what do you reckon to the comments so far from this?
I think they're very, very fair, actually. There's a couple of points I'd like to take up on. Paul, I think it's Paul, said he had Atlantic having a version to reggae, do any of you all specialise or have aversions to any type of music, or are you right across the board? Anything, long as it's a good song, you'll take it.
Yeah, I think it is right across the board. Most of us, well, I guess I shouldn't talk for the others. I hate crass pop music, which includes quite a lot of what London Records puts out.
Well, would you classify?
So
Stephen is now jobless.
The only sort of music that we at Electra aren't particularly looking for is heavy metal or really, really soft pop stuff. We're looking for stuff which we think has got depth and imagination.
I've listened to a band now, according to the audience reactions they're getting at the moment in Derby, are brilliant live. They played at the Blue Note Club last Thursday, so we'll hear a bit of a live track. But first of all, a track they recorded in the studio, which I thought was very disappointing after listening to them live. This is a track from Bizarre, it's called Just a User.
I went quiet for this one. This one's called Time for Change. Shake the blood in our hands. Watch it slowly dripping down to the floor. We are on earth together, but some just cannot see it. And as we kill each other, relentless in our crime.
Two tracks from the Bazaar. The first one recorded at Square Dance Studios called Just to Use, and the second one recorded live by Radio Derby last Thursday night at the Blue Note Club. That was called Time for Change. Quick comments now. Tony Newlands from Electra Records.
Out of the two, I much preferred the second track, purely because I thought the song was better. It was more interesting in sound arrangement. Thought the song was weak on the first one. It tended to plod along, didn't really go anywhere.
Okay, Alex, CBS.
I think it's a classic case. What's wrong? Classic case of it being a better record than a song. You know what I mean by that? Whereas there's not really a song there, but a record you could dance to. For example, the first one was a sort of a dancey record. I did prefer the second track, as did Tony. And I must admit, the recording was pretty good for a live recording. So yes. well done, the person who did that at BBC Radio Derby.
Yes. Marvellous stuff. Grovel. Produced by Martin Russian. Guy Moot, Chrysalis.
I didn't really like the first one either. I think I've heard a lot of things of a similar vein around. Relied very much on one riff and just sort of trundled through. The second one I thought was good because it is interesting lyrically, had a good mood, and just a much better song altogether.
Okay, well now they won't beat you up for saying that. Chris Page into song music.
I like the second song. Like everybody else here, I wasn't overly keen on the first one. I think the second song was really good. It showed a variation in the song. The songwriting, the lyrics were quite aware and quite interesting. I thought also the atmosphere of the place came across quite well in that recording. You know, I can imagine them being good live in some sort of hot, sweaty little club with their own little following.
Yeah, it took me ages to put it on afterwards. No, you are correct. I mean, they have got quite a fair sized crowd at the moment. Steve Edney, London Records.
Picking up on what Chris said, just concentrating on the lyrics. There's a world of difference between Just a User and Time for Change. I mean, Just a User was lyrically repetitive, and I think whoever wrote the lyrics for Time for Change should write all the lyrics. And there was a line about killing my brother or something, and then killing time, which was quite clever.
Yeah, well,
And,
they have got some very good songs, actually, Steve, and I'll get them
Right.
to send you a live tape.
Okay.
What about that, then? Recorded by Radio Derby, whose production Alex appreciates, and quite rightly, too. Go on to another band now. This is currently, I suppose, the biggest draw around Derby at the moment. Another reggae band, a 13-piece band called Junior C Reaction. They've got a 4-piece horn section, a quintet of different vocalists in the band, and the latest addition is a white Scottish girl of Polish descent. What about that, then? Called Maggie Skedulewski, who everybody reckons sounds just like Millie Jackson. These are 3 tracks from them, 2 from the last single, Love and Emotion and Cry Jehovah, and also a rough mix down of what should be their next single, Rubber Dub, featuring the bass player Melvin Fox on vocals.
But if you hear what they say, then you'll be playing the game the way. And now wouldn't that be sad when you can do good instead of bad? Oh, I know. Show a little love and emotion. Make me a sunrise every morning, and let the rays shine down on my head. Take me safely through this dawning, then lay me down with the ground for my bed. And I will remember the promise you gave to me, to be my comfort, strength, and guide. And I will be strong for you, are my conscience. How can I fail with you by my side? Cry Jehovah, cry Jehovah. Oh, for
Junior C Reaction, 3 tracks from them, 2 taken from the last single that released on their own record label, Centurion Records, Love and Emotion and Cry Jehovah, followed by Rubber Dub, featuring the bass player Melvin Fox on vocals. Quick whip round the table now, briefing your comments please, lads. Tony Newlands, Electra Records.
Enjoyed it very much. Thought the band one of the best British reggae bands I've heard for a long time.
Paul Morgan Atlantic.
Even though I have an aversion towards reggae, even I enjoyed this. The first song for me had a lot of variety. Chorus stood out, which I missed on a lot of reggae tracks. Second, for me, same as Alex, I didn't really go for this vocal, I must admit. Third, again, I enjoyed it. For me, it has massive crossover potential.
Guy Moot, Chrysalis.
I thought it was good. I actually disagree with Alex and Paul, like all the time. But I
Shows how
preferred,
much you know, Guy.
I preferred the vocals on the second song. Wasn't too sure on the first one, but the second and third ones I thought were good. And obviously a great band going to see live.
Okay, I'm moving on to Chris Page into song music.
Pleasantly surprised. I was sort of worried that the nod would come back, but I enjoyed those very much. The last one I thought was dread. I really enjoyed it. Thought it sounded much harder.
Okay, you're going to give him a publishing deal then?
Well, you know, remains to be seen.
Oh, there you are. We've heard that one before. Finally, Steve Edney.
I was racking my brains as to who the last one sounds like, and I think it's really similar to a Burning Spear song, which is, in fact, it is very, very similar to a Burning Spear song. I thought Melvin's voice was really good, but I could never sing like him. You know, like when you hear someone, you sing a song in the
that
bar
whole
or
Melvin?
whatever.
Yeah, it's very much like a Jamaican
really-
singer called Madhu, actually.
I've not heard him.
Well, he's brilliant. You have to
You
get...
should play me some stuff.
Maybe one day. How have you enjoyed it tonight, anyway? What do you reckon overall the...
It's been
sort
great
of-
fun.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, it's
No, I've
been,
really
it's,
enjoyed
It's
it.
been
Interesting.
swell.
It's been an experience.
I found
it's
it
been
a
the
lot-
best night of my life.
Actually, with you coming from Newcastle, Alex, I can very well believe that.
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, what about the overall standard that of the
I
bands
thought it
that
was
you've
very,
heard tonight?
very high. It gets higher every year.
What are we talking about now?
But I mean, you do get a lot of tapes, obviously, and it's a bit of a busman's holiday coming up to Derby for you tonight. But what do you reckon to the overall standard of the bands up here?
It's better than what I get in the post, and that's
Yeah.
vast improvement, to be honest. Vast improvement.
I should
Obviously, don't get any tapes from Derby, so that's what it is.
Yeah, well, they all got fed up sending them years ago, actually, around here.
Well, perhaps they should start again
Yeah.
with this younger breed of keen young A&R.
And we've got
We're
funny
totally
haircuts.
non-committal.
We've all got funny haircuts as well, remember?
A bunch of scallies. Thanks a lot for coming in tonight. Thanks, Steve Edney. Thanks to Chris Page, Guy Moot from Chrysalis, Paul Morgan from Atlantic, Alex from CBS, even though he did talk a lot, and Tony Newland from Electra, who was very sensible, I thought.
Thank you. Rock on, CC.
Thank you.
Despite
Do
the
we
shirt.
applaud now?
Yeah, go on. There you go.
That's A&R men applauding. You'll never hear that again.
We're looking forward to the gig tonight.
And they'll all be up there, totally teetotal, at the Henshaw Brothers gig tonight at the Blue Note Club. So if you are out of any of the bands that have been played tonight who had nasty things said about them, get up there, get your Doc Martens on, your half-mast Skinners, your diamond butter on your forehead, your braces and your Harrington jackets, because they'd love to meet you. Thanks a lot for coming in. And maybe we'll see you one day when you're up in Derby again to see some of the other bands from around here.